welcome back with another video. And done two, talking about stuff that we need to improve in test cricket and ODI cricket. So today, you guessed it right, we're going to talk about some stuff I think we need to improve in the T20 cricket. Now T20, for the most part, I think it is our best format of the game. However, there are still some issues we have, right? We still have some issues. Number one issues in T20 cricket, we only have 3 bowlers, right? Really and truly, we only have 3 bowlers. We know Rust and Chase is economical, right? We have Akil Hussain, we have Alzari Joseph. Now, I know you're probably wondering why I didn't call Gudakesh Moti. Now, it's something I've been noticing with Moti. I don't know why, but for some reason, Moti, more often than not, he has exceptional days, and then he has an ordinary day, and so it balances out, and he looks like a okay bowler. What do I mean? So, for example, if we go back to before the T20 World Cup, even in the series against England, right? We played against England last time in the Caribbean where we won 3-2. Not the one where we just lost, right? The one we won 3-2. You had Moti taking 2 for 9 in 4 overs. Then in the next game, he went for like 55 runs in 4 overs. And you notice Akil Hussain, he's been more or less the consistent one in T20. I know Moti's a short in ODI, but he's had his difficulties in some of the games, right, in T20. So I said what I said. I said 3 consistent bowlers so far for us, right? Which is Akil Hussain, Alzari Joseph, Rust and Chase. Now, after those 3, Rust and Chase, he's not going to be like a strike bowler. He's gonna give ball 4 overs and take 1 for 30 more often than not. So decent, but that's not gonna be a match-winning effort, right? Shepherd can be hit or miss, can be expensive. Obed McCoy, the real McCoy sometimes turns up, but sometimes the fake McCoy turns up. So the bowling is the number one issue that we need to look at. And the bowling, it ties into in T20 cricket, we're unable to set targets. I know I said that again in the ODI, we're unable to set targets, but it's even a bigger struggle in T20 cricket. In T20 cricket, we don't know how to set targets. We saw that in Sri Lanka. The 3 games we lost against England recently, we were doing what? We bat first, we lose 3 wickets in the power play, and then we're out of the game. Yes, we still made a decent target, but we just don't know how go about setting targets. And because, of course, the bowling attack is not so strong, so that's affecting us. So we don't know how to set targets. The statistics show, the stats don't lie. We struggle when we bat first in T20. We have a weak bowling attack. The statistics show. The next issue we have in T20 cricket, which it kind of goes hand in hand with the weak bowling attack and our inability to bat first, is we lose a lot of wickets in the power play whenever we're batting first. So this is something that we need to work on, right? We lose a lot of wickets whenever we bat first in the power play, right? And that leads to my next point. This is not really a weakness, but why did we name Brandon King vice captain in T20 cricket? Why did we name Brandon King the vice captain now? Brandon King should always be in the T20 squad, right? Do not get me wrong. However, by naming Brandon King as vice captain, you're saying that he's a surety in the starting 11. I disagree. People, please look at it this way, right? Just look at it from our vantage point as fans. The last time Brandon King was not opening in the series against South Africa, Shea Hope and Athanase was opening, and Shea Hope did really well, averaging above 50. In the World Cup, Shea Hope came in, did really well, average above 50. Then we went to Sri Lanka, all of a sudden Shea Hope is no longer the number one opener. When things get rough, guess who they throw back to the top of the order? Shea Hope. In the 3 T20s against England, when Brandon King and Lewis were struggling at the top, guess who they threw back at the top? And he sorted out the issues in the last 2 T20. Man scored 54 of 24 deliveries. Shea Hope. The man who can actually bat in West Indies team. Yes. The man who can actually... Whoa, this is a lot of traffic. Crazy. Again, I cannot deal with this, man. Alright, so as I was saying though, Shea Hope, the man who can actually bat. Right? Why are we doing this to Shea Hope, guys? Shea Hope, I know this is some I've gone off on a tangent, but at the end of the day, Shea Hope is, right now, we should view Shea Hope as the number one opener. By naming Brandon King as vice captain, you're telling King you're our number one T20 opener. You're secured in this team, and I disagree. I think Evan Lewis and Shea Hope, they're the number 1 and 2 openers. Shea Hope first, Lewis second, and then Brandon King or Johnson Charles is next in line. Right? Matter of fact, I don't want Brandon King to feel comfy. I want Johnson Charles to be there breathing down his neck. Johnson Charles had a very good CPL, got injured. I saw him away in some T20 league, looked decent as well. What was it? And then in the Abu Dhabi T10, he also looked good, batting down the order like at 3, 4, 5 or wherever he was batting. So what am I saying? Brandon King shouldn't have been named vice captain, right? I know you took it from Alzari, but yeah. So again, I made 3 points so far, but then I had to get into that Brandon King thing. At the top, we need to fix our bowling. We really need to work on it. That is why we can't set total. So point number 1, bowling weak. So we don't know what's a good score that we're able to defend. We realized against England, we couldn't defend 180. That's crazy. I know the wicket got better for batting as the night went on, but I'm sure Australia would have been able to defend 180 with their bowling attack. We don't know how to defend because of weak bowling attack. We don't know how to set a target because the batsmen are thinking about the bowling attack, so want to give them like an extra 20 plus runs to feel confident we can defend. We lose a lot of early wickets in the power play when we're setting targets. And the next thing, or next in line all-rounders or gas bags. I didn't want to say it that way, but it's just the truth. I look at Terence Hines and Shamar Springer. They're nowhere near international quality for all-rounders. We saw Terence Hines in the... Guys, look back at the game in St. Lucia, the 3rd T20, right? Terence Hines got his debut, and the wicket was very dodgy. Rain, you know, kind of changed the nature of the St. Lucia wicket. West Indies made 147. Every bowler on the day was going for less than 7.5 runs per over. Terence Hines was going at like 15. 2 overs for like 30 runs or 31 or whatever it was, right? Terence Hines was poor, and in that game, only thing Terence Hines was doing was running in, bowling wide of off stump. Literally, the wicket wasn't the best surface for batting, and so just by bowling test match line and length, batters were going to struggle. And Terence Hines decided he's going to run in and bowl wide of off stump. Are you telling me Terence Hines is next in line for all-rounders? So after Romari Shepherd, you're telling me we have nobody? Terence Hines, I saw a bit of Shamar Springer in Sri Lanka, and I wasn't impressed. I just thought he was all over the place. He has a lot of variation. He's slower balls and can bowl a decent... He's a decent medium pacer. Has variety in slower deliveries. Can go wide of off stump. He has the variations, but Shamar Springer doesn't seem to know what he's doing, or he doesn't seem to know how he's trying to set up a batsman. He's just bowling variation for bowling variation's sake, right? So he doesn't seem to have any idea of how he's going to dismiss the batsman or what he's trying to do, or he doesn't seem to have an area he's trying to get the batsman to hit the ball. He's just bowling variations and hoping something comes off, right? And that's just not gonna work. So for me, Now we see why Andre Russell is still like our premier all-rounder. And it is sad, Andre Russell is 36 going 37. And he's our premier all-rounder. I know many might say Shepherd. So we have an all-rounder crisis in the Caribbean, right? We have an all-rounder crisis. So that's our fourth issue in T20 cricket. I know we lost to Bangladesh, the first T20, and the second T20 is going to be on the way. That's why I see me in my West Indies hat on the road, but when the game starts, I'll be watching it, right, while I'm doing what I'm doing on the road. But at the end of the day, right, I'm always supporting my West Indies. I'm in my maroon colors to support Windies, of course. But again, guys, I just have to say it like, yeah, it is what it is. Our all-rounders, they're not that good, right? Kemo Paul, Kemo Paul showed so much promise. What's going on for Kemo Paul? Shamar Springer, Odean Smith, all of these guys are just not stepping up. So Andre Russell is still our premier all-rounder, and then Romario Shepherd and Rasta and Chase. These are our guys, right? But these are the three all-rounders in the Caribbean that they're always going to be in the starting 11. But come on, the other guys, the other all-rounders need to step up. They really need to, right? So we need our all-rounders to step up. So that's issue number 4. Another issue we have is our second string team, right? This is just for me personally, right? You're as good as your second string team. Meaning, for example, you can see England send a T20 squad that includes none of their starting 11, and they can compete almost as well as if they were playing their full strength team. However, West Indies, that's way different. You see, if we remove Evan Lewis and Shea Hope and Johnson Charles and King, then you realize that next in line is Fletcher and maybe a Chandra Paul Hemraj or whatever. You realize that our next in line players are nowhere near our top 4 players, right? Our next in line openers, our next in line middle order batsmen are nowhere near a Hope or a Rutherford or a Rovman Powell. So at the end of the day, our second string team, we need to work on that. And you see it pan out in the Bangladesh series here. Some guys opting to go play in the Bangladesh, in the Big Bash League, I mean. And then you have guys in the Lanka Premier League. So Kyle Mayer's playing in the Lanka Premier League. You have Rutherford, Fabian Allen. These are the guys who usually be maybe closer to the 15-man squad. Because they were a part of the squad that played in South Africa at Sabina Park. The next in line guys, as well as our front line guys, that pool of 20 players that we had for the World Cup, you realize if they're not available, you see what happened, right? We struggle. Once the main pool of 20 players is not there, we struggle. We really do struggle. We really do struggle. And so that is not good. We need to work on that. So those are the 5 main points I have to highlight, are some of our weak areas. And if we can fix those, if we can grow the crop of players in T20, we'll say Pollard, wish for it, and we're so gonna have it. We're gonna have what, another T20 league where none of the stars gonna be there. It's looking at future stars. Let's see what happens. I really hope that we can find some other guys that can step up in the T20 format, because once these guys finish, the Johnson Charles, the Andre Russell, they're closer to the end. Maybe they have another World Cup after 2026. I doubt we'll see those guys push along anymore. That's going to be a big loss to lose Russell. Oh my gosh. To lose Charles. Many might not see the importance of Charles, but I'm telling you, Charles can be the one that gave us some cracking starts in power plays. To lose Charles and Russell, Evan Lewis, he's going to be 34, 35. Maybe another, after the next World Cup, you never know. It could be it for Lewis as well after the 50 over World Cup. Boy, so I'm telling you, Kyle Mayers is 32 as well. Once you get to that 35, 36, that's where you usually see that, like, they just sort of finish with international cricket, and then they start to just play franchise cricket. You look at even Quinton de Kock now finish for South Africa. A lot of guys tend to finish at 35, 36. That way they can elongate their career to play franchise cricket. So, I mean, we need to start working on the next crop of players. But it's your boy Ronaldo, and I'm out. That's all I have for today.